Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. As I always like to say at the beginning of these things, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening if you're on Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, or some other podcasting platform. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting. Those are the big three. You know where to stick the two, and then the other one, you know the deal. Apparently, this pandemic has caused some distress among professional ghost hunters. I did. I read an article today, as I am wont to do, because I like to read the news. Like to see what's going on in the world. And these paranormal experts are having a tough time in these pandemic days. They can't give the speeches that they get paid to give. They can't go out and promote their books that they're paid to promote. They can't go out and go to your house and figure out what those strange noises are in your attic for money anymore. And they were talking about how it's affecting them financially and how sad and crappy it is. Now, listen. I'm a big horror fan. My favorite author is Stephen King. Not my favorite horror author, mind you. My favorite author is Stephen King. I love the scary books. I love the scary movies. I love it all. And I spend more time than I care to admit on YouTube watching scary videos. You know, like Chills, Nuke's Top 5, Slapped Ham, another good one. I love the way they narrate the videos. I love the way they kind of build up the suspense, and they've all got the titles like, Top 5 Ghosts Caught on Camera. And of course you have to watch. I love watching that stuff. I love reading about that stuff. I'm a huge fan. So this is in no way a slight to them. But I don't believe any of it. I don't believe in ghosts, goblins, spooky things that go bump in the night, unless it's me coming home drunk at 3 o'clock in the morning, bumping into the door. So when I read an article in a legitimate, I guess, newspaper, who was obviously on a really low news cycle, hey, Charlie, what do you got for me? I don't know, nothing bad's happening out there. I got these people who hunt ghosts saying how they can't make money no more. Let's go with that one. And that's the difference is between the way I watch them as entertainment, whether it's it could be a horror movie, or it could be watch this ghost video. It's a real ghost. I see them all the same way. There's always another explanation. It's never a ghost. Things are not haunted. Come on. I can't believe that adults actually believe that sort of thing. Other than religion, that has to be one of the biggest hoaxes of our time. But these people were going on and on about, I was supposed to speak here and speak there. They were going to give me $1,000, and financially, I'm really hurting right now because I can't do that. Well, how about finding something to talk about that is actually real? How about finding something that doesn't require a suspension of disbelief? How about that? The thing that gets me is that everybody talks about their spirit animals. What is your spirit animal? But nobody's ever tried to find a spirit animal, have they? I haven't seen one of these ghost busting shows, podcasts, YouTube videos trying to find the spirit of dead animals roaming around these empty buildings. It's always got to be humans, right? I want to see somebody do a Ouija board session trying to find the spirit of Lassie. Let's see what Lassie has to say. And you know all them EVPs, electronic voice phenomena. It's a made-up acronym for things people might hear in a video or on a recording that they might not necessarily hear when it's supposed to be happening. Yeah. They're called EVPs because you got to give it a fancy name. What I love is when all these ghost hunters, you watch the TV shows and they're like, we caught an EVP. Now, I'm not really sure what it says, but I think it says, get out. And so, of course, when the audience listens to it, they have that get out already in their head, and people are going, oh, that's what it said. You don't know what it said. It was somebody belching in the background. You know? Could have just been some guy stomping his feet on the ground. You don't fucking know. Come on, stop with that shit. But it would be interesting if they went after animals. Like, we're here in this abandoned building to find the spirit or spirits of the animals that died here during the Great Fire of 1930 at the pet store. Nobody ever does something from a pet store. Why not? You think animals have souls? All dogs go to heaven. All cats sit there and bite your leg even after they're dead while you're laying in your bed. Go to a pet store. I've never heard an EVP where they said, what I think the spirit said was, woof, 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 or meow, meow. I've never seen one of those. It's always got to be a human. It's always got to be something else. People put balls on the floor so the little spirit kids can play with it. Then a breeze blows through this old, abandoned, empty building, and the ball moves like an inch in one direction, and they play it for you 5, 6, 7, 8 times in slow motion, close up, back up, from other camera angles. It's like a Steven Spielberg movie without the quality. And they all say, well, this is proof. Here's your proof. Why don't they put like a Scooby snack on the ground for the animals, the dead animals? Surely if humans have souls and animals must have souls, and if they die tragically, then they should still be haunting the little area. All right? Put a Scooby snack on the ground. Somebody show me a video of a Scooby snack on the ground that was unedited and uncut, and all of a sudden it would just be taken out bite by bite. That would be amazing. You might convince me. You might make me a believer. Not to be confused with Beliebers, you know, Justin Bieber's name that he gave their followers because they're only 11 years old, so let's not blame them. But nothing like that ever happens. You see these people going into these old, dusty buildings, and they see the spirit orbs. Ooh, the spirit orbs. It's dust. It's bugs in front of the camera. I don't understand what people see in that. Things fall over. Things make sounds. Old abandoned buildings that have been abandoned for 20 or 30 or more years are going to make sound. They're collapsing on themselves. They're about to come down. They're creaking and they're moaning. I don't know. I didn't mean to go into a whole rant about these ghost hunters, but when I read that article, how they're trying to, or they're complaining about, oh my God, my lack of money is gone. Really? That's what you're basing your sole income on? Is convincing people that the noises they hear in their attic isn't their heater kicking on, isn't some kind of structural thing, isn't some kind of plumbing issue, but must be a ghost. And the problem I have with it mostly is how it's presented. Even in all these videos by all these YouTubers that I watch, I watch. But they always say the same thing. So they'll show you a clip and you see something and you go, that's interesting. But they always say, so, was that a ghost caught on camera? Or was it just a hoax? Like it has to be one of those two. It either has to be a hoax completely, or it has to be completely real, leaving out 1,000 other things in between that it could have been naturally that caused this appearance or caused this noise or caused that board to fall over, you know. Like they never give options for anything else. It's like they're daring you. Oh, you don't believe this? Well, then it must have been a hoax. Not necessarily. Could have been the wind. Could have been a natural phenomena. Could have been a coincidence. But none of those things are taken into consideration. Because they're just like, it has to be real if it's not a hoax. And that's the thing, all conspiracy theorists, religious people, paranormal people, that's the position they always take, and it drives me crazy. Because they think it's up to two choices, and that's it. You know, somebody will show me a video and say, well, how do you explain what you just saw? And I'll say, I don't know. But I don't know is a perfectly acceptable answer. We need more people that just say, I don't know. I don't know everything. Matter of fact, I don't know most things. I don't know a whole lot of fucking things. So I don't know. But when you ask them, after you say, I don't know, what do you think it was? They'll say the same thing. They'll say, here's what they'll say. I don't know. So it must have been paranormal. Oh, how crazy is that? If you don't know, you don't know. But if you say you don't know and then automatically have to jump to the most illogical, unscientific conclusion, then you're trying to say, I actually do think I know, but I can't prove it. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So yeah, as much as I love watching the horror movies, reading the horror books, and watching all them ghost videos on YouTubes, I don't believe any of it. I've never seen something in the title of the video. It'll say something like don't watch these videos after dark. Dun dun dun. And I watch them after dark, and I'm not affected at all. It doesn't mean I'm like, oh, that's a guy in a suit. That's his friend hiding behind a tree. That's the wind blowing through an old creaky abandoned building that's about to fall down. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm not meant to. Maybe it's just for you more advanced spiritual people out there. Maybe you were kidnapped by a UFO. You had a probe stuck up your ass. They put a chip in your arm. They sent you back down to Earth. And now you're the enlightened one. So feel free to enlighten me. But my God, if you're a ghost hunter, quote unquote, or some kind of sham, fake psychic, because those are just ridiculous, and you're sitting and you're having an interview in a newspaper or in some kind of news source, saying how, oh my God, the economic impact of this pandemic has affected me. I really don't have any sympathy for you. You're a charlatan, you're a fake, you're a fraud, you're a phony. Go find something else to do. Go take some fake UFO videos and start that up. Maybe you'll make some bucks that way. I don't know how I got started on this, but I know how I want to finish. Hey, did you know that 86% of people think, Americans anyway, think that we should get a fourth stimulus check? It's true. And did you also know that the chances of that happening are about 0? We can't afford that kind of thing because the government has to spend its money on the appropriate things instead of its people. Like, war, weapons, and that kind of thing. That budget is bigger than any of the other ones. But it kind of pisses me off because, listen, if you are the leader of a country and you have people who are literally dying in debt, losing their house, threatening to lose their kids, starving, going to bed hungry, and you can't help people with those basic needs, then we don't need to be spending another fucking dime on more weapons of mass destruction. It's very simple. I had a whole thought about that, but now it's slipped my mind. But that's what I wanted to say. All right. That's going to do it for this one. Fuck it. May have been a little too serious. I may not have been as funny, but I had to get those things off my chest. I've still got the man boobs, though. All right, Sing Lai. You wanted to drive us out and say goodbye. Goodbye. She said goodbye. All right. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And don't put Tabasco sauce in your asshole.